What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the greatest gaming podcast on the internet, the One Up Gamescast. I am one of your hosts, Carl Sinclair, joined as always by my brother from another mother, the man with the plan, Master Cheeks in the sheets, Master Chief in the streets, Jack Gibb. How you doing, brother?
Doing all right, mate. I come here with 1/3 of a plan for you today.
1/3. Hey, any part of a plan's good. You know what I mean? I'd be stressing if you came with no plan. That's when I start to stress out. You know that's when I know it's all over. It's all over. How are we going to tell everybody it's done? Jack doesn't have a plan. The man with the plan has no plan. That's when I know things are going wrong.
I mean, at that stage, we'd probably just hit record while we're having dinner and just have dinner side chat. We'd call it.
Yeah, it'd be good. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be great. Lots of food just coming out of my mouth probably because I don't know when to slow down. But yeah, no, that'd be good. That'd be great. That'd be good.
We're here to talk the Game Awards.
We are.
Mate.
We are.
An annual tradition.
It is. We did our voting last week. So if you haven't checked that out, be sure to check that out. But yes, we are here to talk about our predictions and just general chat for the Game Awards. I'm excited. I look forward to these chats.
Yeah. Do you think it's gonna be a good show?
No.
Think about it longer, mate.
I think it'll be good. I think it's always good. I think the announcements are going to be good. I don't think people are going to be happy with a lot of the winners. But at the end of the day, you know, it's not up to us. We have our Player Voice Award, and everything else is because it's like our actual voting doesn't amount to that much, right? It's like a very small percent. Like, if anything at all, it's almost like we're just there if there's a tie. You know?
Yeah, that's probably fair. Actually, that's probably exactly what it's there for.
That's what we feel like. It doesn't matter what we want to win.
I don't know what I want, but I kind of feel like the Game Awards needs an audit at some point, to make sure that the actual calculations are actually done.
Yeah, well, I mean,
because I kind of don't trust that they are.
No, I don't think they are either. I mean, we're literally celebrating 10 years? 10 years of the Game Awards this year, so it's like maybe it's time to next year will be time for a little bit of a refresh, you know what I mean? Maybe our votes count for a little bit more than 1% of a percent.
Yeah. Look, as much as it's kind of a joke, that sort of stuff, as in the fact that we get 0.5% of a joke, I do, I think it is worth mentioning, they've really cemented themselves as the premier game of the year destination. I know there's other shows and other awards and high quality awards as well. But they've done a good job at sort of, when I get asked what is the Game Awards, I just go, well, sort of like the Grammys or the Oscars or, whatever fucking those things are for gaming, And I'm sure that's not doing anyone any justices, but it kind of makes sense.
They're trying to trademark that. They're trying to trademark the phrase the Game Awards.
Oh, it would be kind of tough because it means...
Yeah, Keeley put out a thing we're trying to trademark Game Awards. So we the way we're going to do it is you guys writing letters and telling them that when you think of Game Awards, you think of my show. So yeah.
Well, I think that's true, but I'm not going to write a letter.
No. He can deal with it himself. I'm not going to, He sent it there was the people that got that were the people that go to those live Q&As and stuff for Game Awards when they happen on Twitter. I think.
Oh, okay. So it's people that are highly engaged anyway.
Yeah, the people that are probably fishing for leaks and stuff like that. He's like, hey guys, when you think of Game Awards, think of Jeffrey Keighley.
Of course we think of him because he called it the Game Awards.
Yeah,
a little bit narcissistic, but
but
then again, he shows up and puts on a big show. So
he does a great job.
I do think he deserves a trademark, but yeah,
I don't think he'd get it.
I don't know.
I would be freaking so surprised if they allowed him to have the trademark Game Awards. You know what I mean?
Look, I don't know. If you had said 5 years ago, I would have agreed, but I don't know these days. I don't know. I say let's make it depend on how many good things are announced this week. If good things are announced, then they get the trademark. You have
we make him work for it,
I believe. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, about 15.
Are they? If all 15 became true, is that realistic? Is that a chance?
Is there a chance of all 15 happening? No.
Yeah. Okay.
No. There's a couple here that I'm just sort of very hopeful for. and one that won't happen, and I'm going to get picked on for. But I think I have some stuff here that just due to leaks and due to just like certain like things that like the companies are tweeting makes me think we might see them. You know what I mean? It might
Okay. Yeah.
helps out a little bit. But yes. So how do we want to do this, man? How do we want to dive in?
I reckon you give us 2 or 3 predictions. I'll give us one.
Do you want them in any particular order?
Nah, whatever order feels
All
right to
right,
you.
we're gonna start. Oh, sorry. What do you think?
I was just going to say my first prediction is I'm going to sort of go from like most likely to happen to least likely is my personal order, but you feel free to do any order.
Okay. All right.
So it'll get crazier and crazier for me.
Oh, let's do it. All right, I'll try to do the same. Okay, so a game called Exodus. Do you know what Exodus is?
I've heard of it.
So I think we're going to get some sort of Exodus announcement. Now, this doesn't come out of nowhere because I think it was like around the 25th of November or the 29th, they added a whole bunch of concept art to the Exodus site, right? And they put in there that they are doing a limited quantity of early editions of the Exodus Traveler's Handbook for anybody that joins as a founder. So to join as a founder, all you have to do is sign up with your email. You had to sign up with your email before the it's basically the cutoff is the day before the Game Awards.
Interesting.
Which makes me think possibly there's a shot that we might get a new trailer or something at the Game Awards for Exodus. That's my first prediction.
That feels likely. Good place to start.
I thought I'd start with one that like seems to make sense. Now here's one that probably doesn't. Let's do it. So we may see a console version of Persona 5 The Phantom X, which is a mobile game, which is only available in Japan. We haven't had the privilege of playing this Persona 5 game, but the thing that makes me think it might happen is Sega, I believe it was the 23rd of November, registered the domain persona5x.com.
Why you wouldn't do that for no reason?
That's what I'm saying. So it could just be, it doesn't necessarily have to be like Phantom X. It could be something completely different. But just like you've put X there, you know what I mean? And you only got one Persona 5 game with X in the title. So it kind of makes me think that maybe we're going to see a console version of the mobile game. Which would be cool. I feel like it'd be great. I feel like it'd be a great Portal experience or something like that, or like something on the, what do we call it? The Switch. I think it'd be great, like a great port to the Switch and a way to get Persona out there on other consoles that aren't just PlayStation, because they've really been trying to push that recently. It's just Persona everywhere. So I think having that come out on Switch would be a good get. And then before I let you go with your first one, mate, there's been a lot of talk on the internet about a game called Split Fiction from Hazelight Studios getting a trailer at the Game Awards. So that's a big rumor out there at the moment that we're going to see something from them. So I just thought I'd mention that and chuck that out there, that we may see a new trailer or something for that game, Split Fiction.
Nice.
Yeah.
I bring to you a prediction that is even more likely than all three of those.
Oh.
Kojima will have 2 things to show at the Game Awards. Plus a trailer for Death Stranding 2. But it'll be more like an ad, you know what I mean? Like the Subway ads that come in. So Death Stranding 2 will be a Subway ad. His movie he's doing with PlayStation and Sony will be there. And he will also have the thing he's working with Xbox will also be there in some capacity. I think it's just going to be a big Kojima show.
Interesting.
Oh, he's got to be there with something. That's just how it works.
I think out of all of that, I think the Death Stranding thing is probably definitely going to happen. The Xbox
It'll be more than that. It'll be a 12-minute thing, I'm sure. But
the Xbox thing, I think, has a chance of happening.
because it was there last time, right? If I'm not mistaken,
I
that's where it
believe
was
so,
announced.
yeah, it was announced there.
Yeah.
And the movie thing is an interesting choice. Maybe. Because he's like Keely's constantly trying to branch out. I mean, we had The Rock like just in his gym one year talking smack. So maybe. That would be cool. I'd be down for that.
Yeah. Look, I might not be right, but I stand by like you're saying. Like he's always trying to bring movies and stuff in. Now sometimes it's ads, to be fair, but and I think the Xbox announcement, like the Xbox thing that he's working on with Xbox, I'm not saying it won't show up at the Xbox Game Showcase or Xbox Developer Direct, but Kojima wants to show his shit at Jeff shows. That's just how it sort of feels. So
Yeah.
I think, wherever the chance.
I think Jeff gives him the best foot rubs to get that shit. He must. They must be magical foot rubs. Must be so
Well,
good.
you'd have to give 3 if I'm right.
Yeah, true. Oh, it's me again, isn't it?
Yeah, mate.
Oh, okay. Let's go with Black Myth Wukong.
Oh, okay.
Xbox Shadow release. I think it.
Was that already on Xbox?
No. No. It's announced to be coming to Xbox, but it's not out yet. We haven't got a release date or anything. As far as I'm aware.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that feels right then.
Yeah, I think it's either because it was like I think it was like start of November was when Spencer was talking about it. I can't remember who he was talking about it with, but someone was like, "Do you know if Xbox will get Black Myth Wukong?" And he says, "I know." And then someone says, so they asked him when, and he says, "I can't say." So I can see it being like maybe we get a trailer with a date, but I think it would be super cool if it was just like it's out now, and then physical later on, just like it was physical later on PlayStation. But yeah, I think that would be sick. I need to start like scratching them off so I don't say the same one twice. Another rumor on the internet right now is that we are going to see DLC for a little forgotten game called Rise of the Ronin, which came out on PlayStation towards the start of the year. Apparently, we're going to get a DLC trailer for that, for DLC that will, I assume, be launching sometime next year before Summer Games and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, we would probably get a trailer for Rise of Ronin. If I had to guess of what it's going to look like, I feel like they're going to go balls to the wall with it to try and get people back in. So I look forward to sort of seeing what they do with it. But yeah, and then for my last one, I'll go first. Berserker Kazan will get its release date. That's what I think will happen.
Okay, nice. This feels kind of cheating because I think I saw something on Twitter today where it was sort of like hinted at. But I think Borderlands 4 is going to get a good trailer. Because I feel like it was announced at one of Jeff's shows. And now I feel like it'll be revealed at one of Jeff's shows.
Okay.
You think I'm wrong?
No, I didn't say that. I'm excited.
Oh no, I didn't know. Like maybe I'm like way off, but I don't know. I just feel like that game's sort of been cooking for a while. So
yeah, no, fair. I think that would be cool. And
the announcement at the last show was like 30 seconds, if that. So I feel like it's time.
I like it. It's me again. Shit. I'm gonna get. What am I gonna get out of the way here? I'm going to get. I'm just gonna get all these release date ones that I think. I think we're gonna get a Dune Awakening trailer with a release date at the end of it, and just reconfirmation that there's a beta coming. I think we will get a release date for Crimson Desert, which I'm pretty sure was announced at the Game Awards, whether it was last year or the year before, which is the game done by the Black Desert devs. I think we'll get a release date for Crimson Desert.
Yeah.
And I think we will finally, because like they said that we should expect a release date announcement before the end of this year. We're running out of time. So I think we will get Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater cemented release date for March of next year.
That's been shown at a lot of shows. That
So
one.
many, dude. So many. And like we're getting so much information lately. So I think, now is the time to give us that date. And I think the Game Awards is a good place to do it. I think, that'd be sick. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right. I got one more easy mode one. One more easy mode. Nintendo will be at the show with nothing more than an ad. 30 seconds just for the latest Mario Party or something. That's all they'll have.
I love that we're like, I don't think Nintendo's going to be there with anything. I really don't think they're going to have a fucking thing. So that's awesome,
I can see them just having an ad just to like remind people that they exist.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah. Probably between like an Adidas ad or something.
Like an Adidas Fortnite ad. Like we're bringing Adidas to Fortnite.
It'll be that sort of presence, I would say. I just don't think they're going to be there. Like, they'll announce the console on their own schedule.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think they're going to be there at all.
I could do a slightly crazy one if you want.
Right now?
Yeah, I got a few more.
Yeah, do it.
All right. So I think last year Xbox was there with 3 things, right? And one of them was Kojima's game. So I've already marked that off. That'll happen again.
Yeah.
I think they'll be there with the game. So last year, I think it was the Hellblade? No. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. They were there with the game. I would like to see, I don't know if this will happen, but I would like to see them reintroduce Contraband. That is a game ripe for multi-platform, their new multi-platform strategy, and it sounds to me like it needs all the help it can get. So announce it at a place where a lot of people are watching, across a lot of different places. Because I think that game's going. I think that game's gonna have just a rough time. It just, the hype train is just slowly losing its wheels, honestly. So it needs a reintroduction, and I think it'll fit in with their new multi-platform bullshit. I think.
Okay.
I think where they'll fuck up is they won't mention the multi-platform part until next week.
I think you're. Because I don't know. Do you want to know what I think we see?
What's that?
I didn't put this on my list, but I had it written down. I think Everwild.
Oh, that game has to like.
I think Contraband is
emerge
saved for
at some
summer
point.
games. Yeah, I think Everwild is what we see. I think they save Contraband for summer games. Because I think after this year, I think they've woken up to the fact that Jeff needs them. Not the other way around.
Everwild, because Spencer put that tweet out a few months ago, saying, "Hey, like, was it some guy's desk played Everwild?"
Yeah. It's still a thing. It's still doing its thing. I could totally see them being like, I don't see where this fits in with our Summer Games announcements, because I feel like Summer Games coming up is going to be a lot of, here's more of what we showed you last year. And when I say that, I mean, and one of my predictions here, I'll say it now because it was like on my list, but it's like, I think there's a high possibility that we could see another Gears E-Day trailer at the Game Awards. Like a proper, not a teaser, but like a story trailer. Because I think E-Day is a high possibility of coming out next year. So I think when you get to Summer Games, that's when you want to see gameplay. So I could see a story trailer dropping here, maybe having a character from a comic or a book have such a big impact on it. Like, oh my god, that's Jiminy Jumbob from the frickin' Rise of the E-Day book from like 16 years ago. That's crazy. But yeah, I could totally see Gears getting a trailer, and I think Everwild is out of the like Xbox stuff that they kind of should just like get out of the way. I think Everwild is the one that could like, because then Jeff could be like, "That's right, everybody, Everwild. It's been such a long time. Blah 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 blah. blah. You know, yes, suck me off. I got the trailer. Suck. Yeah, I think Everwild's got a choice. Because Contraband, I'm actually kind of excited for that, and I feel like they know people are excited for Contraband, so I feel like they would like bottle that up and sort of be like, here's Gears, here's a Fable gameplay trailer and a release date, and here's Contraband. It's back, and here's gameplay for Contraband. They South of Midnight it. They literally just give us gameplay. They just go, boom, here it is. Here's gameplay. Because
That
South
would
of
be a
Midnight.
good.
Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say that'd be a good thing. I
Yeah,
agree.
because like South of Midnight was a very quick CG trailer, and then the next time we saw it was full on gameplay. Contraband, a very quick CG trailer, and then the next time we see it, full on gameplay. I mean, they did the same thing with Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark, very quick CG trailer. Next time we saw it, it was gameplay. That seems to be their sort of strategy at the moment. Is Fable. Next time we saw it, it was the gameplay trailer. Sure, it was a lot more CG shit, but there was gameplay in there. Like, I think they're starting to learn, instead of just giving us more and more of these CG trailers and then a story trailer and then eventually gameplay.
Yeah, limits it to one.
Exactly, yeah. Because I think Xbox want to be at the show, and I think Everwild is their way to be at the show, but I also think Gears could be a really good way to be at the show. But that would break their small CG trailer, then gameplay. But I think if you're going to the Game Awards, you don't take a gameplay trailer there. You don't take gameplay. You take the story trailer for the new Gears game, and then you show gameplay on your stage where you can get everybody hyped and be like, that's right, press is going to be playing this very soon. So, yeah. I would love to see Contraband.
No, but you're making me sort of see the different ways they can use the game show. Like, yeah, the Game Awards, I should say.
I'd love to see
I just think
Contraband.
Xbox needs to like.
I think they need a hitter there at the show.
They need to use, yeah, but they need to use it to reintroduce something, not announce something. I don't think. Well, actually, I've got another one coming up. Like, I think they should announce something, sure, but they need to use the opportunity to reintroduce something to a wider audience. So, you know, I was voting for Contraband, but Everwild would really fit the same bill in my mind for sure. And that game needs, like, it was announced in what, 2019 or something.
Yeah.
2020?
Yeah. It was before COVID. So it would have been
Rare hasn't
2019.
released anything since Sea of Thieves.
Yep.
And now Sea of Thieves is one of the most amazing games ever made. Don't get me wrong,
It's
but
great. They need to drop
Rare's
something.
a big team, you know.
Yeah. They need to drop something, or at least start reintroducing us to to this. Like, yeah.
Just start, yeah. What do you got next, mate?
I'm gonna build off that Xbox stuff,
Love it.
and I'm gonna say, yeah, I already talked about Gears, so I'll go. I think there's a possibility of a new South of Midnight trailer, because we did literally just get a whole bunch of press playing the game for the first time and talking about it. So I think it would be within Xbox's best interest to drop another trailer, and then you've literally then got people searching for it in the algorithm, and then that's when you're going to see people like, oh, this guy's played it, that guy's played it, there's a preview there. Like, it's just to get it back in people's minds, because it really felt like out of the blue for press to be like, we've played it. And I don't think anybody's really talked about it. So I think having this trailer at the Game Awards and having it be fresh in people's minds and having people like seeing it, you know, having it searched in the algorithm is going to push them to people's opinions. And from what I've heard, great opinions. So I think they want to push people in that direction. So yeah, I could see a South of Midnight trailer getting shown at the Game Awards.
That game's coming out soon, though, right?
It's like next year sometime. I feel like it's early next year. But
My only thinking against it being there would be that they would have it at the developer direct, and it might just be like too much, too soon. I don't think we can have too much, but I'm just thinking from their perspective, like, I assume the developer direct's gonna happen.
What do you show for that at the developer direct at this point?
So, well, traditionally they show shit coming out that year.
Because I mean, the only thing with like it not being at the developer direct is like we've gotten press having played it, we've gotten gameplay, and did they not literally just drop like a mini documentary?
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that you would
It's
have
a
at the developer direct.
lot,
But
dude. Yeah.
I just think that the developer direct has become, like, if I was Xbox marketing, which I'm not saying I even should be, but consistency I feel like starting to matter. Like they're finally hitting these beats, finally, after like fucking 8 years.
Yep.
And the last two developer directs have both been full of games coming out this year, and they weren't, and none of those games were at the Game Awards the month before.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm like, when they do the developer direct at the end of January, which they should, we'll have Fable there, we'll have Avowed there, which Avowed was the last one, I think. If I remember
It
correctly.
was,
So
yeah.
it's already getting messy, Kyle. It's already getting messy.
I think
actually.
you could have
What
Avowed
is-
again.
Pardon?
I think you could have Avowed again and not have it feel weird.
I think you could, but I think you would make it like an 8-minute thing, not a 15-minute thing.
Yeah, we don't need a deep dive. I think we just need that
Yeah.
reminder that it's coming very soon. And that's another game that's just been played by a lot of press as well. That was another game that I sort of hummed and ahed about putting a trailer at the Game Awards, but I just don't know. There was just something about South of Midnight that made me feel like, I feel like people are locked and loaded for Avowed. I feel like that's the sort of game where it's like, people look at that and they're like, yo, that looks like Elder Scrolls, you know what I mean? Like, that looks great. Like, I'm gonna try that anyway. I know what this game is. Whereas South of Midnight strikes me as something like, it's like a PS2 game that we haven't seen in a really long time, you know? And I think it's got to be sold to people.
Yeah, I think Avowed's like, anyone that was gonna buy Avowed is already ready.
Is ready to go. Yeah.
South of Midnight, you can still bring people in. Yeah, no, that's fair. I think that's good. Question. I've got it written here.
Yes.
Microsoft did say, well, I think Sarah Bond said specifically, that Xbox would reveal hardware this year.
Yes.
Now, they've continuously announced new controllers. The Squid Games controllers just got revealed overnight.
I've not even seen them.
Yeah, I think they're Scuff, or one of them Scuff. I can't remember. They look right. Scuff controllers look cool. Was it this year that they announced like the 2 terabyte Xbox Series X Galaxy Edition?
Yeah.
So they have announced hardware. Two things. Do you think they've satisfied the hardware announcement requirement? And if not, do you think there'll be something at the Game Awards hardware-wise from Xbox? Because I feel like they I don't think they've ticked the box for hardware reveals.
No.
Like a new Elite controller, like skin for COD or whatever it was, it's just not enough.
Yeah, and I feel like that's probably what it would be if they're going to do anything. You know what I mean?
My worry is that they would get it announced a streaming box, and then that's being canned or delayed. Like, as in, are we getting too excited when they say we'll announce hardware this year? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it could just be something shitty that's like we've missed, or like a DVD remote. Or do you think they get a tease like the handheld or something this year? Because I kind of feel like they gotta to not break another promise.
I think there's a chance. I also think there's a chance that we don't see anything at all.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful, but we'll just have to. At this point, I think it's just like we'll just wait and see. To be honest.
Probably not even worth talking about too much, but
we'll wait and see.
I hope so.
Bring back the.
I just need to know the handheld's real. You know what I mean? Doesn't have to be coming out this year. I just need to know if it's real. Just needs to be confirmed.
The what did I call it? The Xbox SP. That's what I want it to be called. The Series Portable. The Xbox XP. SP. The XSP. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully. I mean...
That's so good, XSP. Oh...
I hope it's called the XSP, bro. Yeah, it won't be, but yeah. The Series Portable, like Xbox Series Portable is like just called the XSP. I feel like people will be like, fuck it.
No, an Xbox. It'll be called like something fucking like the Xbox garlic bread.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Project Hot Dog. It's like Project Hot Dog Bun is in development now. Get excited. Yeah. I won't say it's not going to happen. I hope it does. But if it happens, I don't think we should get our hopes up that it's going to be something crazy.
I wouldn't mind. So last time they announced hardware at the Game Awards, it was the Series X, and it was the announcement of how it looks.
That was crazy.
And nothing else.
That was crazy. Yeah.
But they'd already teased the hardware, like the guts of it.
Yeah.
The time before, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, E3.
It depends on how far along it is in development, but like I wouldn't mind like a 2 or 3 minute like just dive into the philosophy behind the device. Like, as in, I don't need to know how it looks necessarily, and I don't need to know how powerful it is necessarily, but just like, what are they thinking? Like, does power matter to them? Does portability matter more than anything? Like, does it being able to play Xbox One games important? You know what I mean? I just wouldn't mind getting an idea of what their approach is to the hardware, not necessarily exactly what they've come up with. You know what I mean? Like Project Scorpio, how it was clearly whatever the One X was, whatever project that was, it was clearly just we're gonna make a more powerful Xbox One. We didn't get all the detail in that video, but we knew that it was going to be the most powerful fucking thing an Xbox One could be. And they ticked that box. You know, whether it was good or bad, I don't know. But I wouldn't mind something like that. Just have that reassurance that they get it.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to find out that the portable we've been craving is like a laptop. A laptop would be cool, but that's not what we're after.
Yeah.
I just kind of want that reassurance that we're getting like a big Switch.
Fingers crossed. I hope we do. I feel like we'll get something. I just don't know what we'll get, but I feel like we'll get something.
What else is on your magic list?
Well, we're getting to the your Crazy Kyle area. So, what your Crazy Kyle area, like, what do you want? One that like could happen, one that's probably not going to happen, one that most definitely should happen, or one that's like, get out of here?
The second one.
Okay. What was the second one? Could happen. I think we get a story trailer, a proper 5-minute story trailer setting up the world and the return of a character from the second game. We get Mafia: The Old Country. We get the trailer for that. And we know it's a prequel, and I think it's a game about a character called, I believe his name was, I'm just going off memory here, so it's probably wrong, but there's a character in Mafia 2 called Leo, and he's one of the older gentlemen. He's like in the prison and all that. I think this could be like about him, because we know it's set before the first game. We know it's set in Italy. He actually talks about coming. This is me trying to like rack my brain, but I'm pretty sure there's a line from Mafia 2 where Leo literally says that he comes from the old country. And that's what made me think, maybe this is a game about Leo. You know, like this is definitely about the formation of the Mafia, and I think it's going to be about the formation of that main family from Mafia 1 and Mafia 2. So yeah, I think we might get a story trailer, just like dropping some names and stuff. But yeah, I don't think we'll say gameplay. We might say a little bit, but I think this game's so close to coming out, and I feel like they haven't marketed it at all except for that one trailer, because like from everything I've read, they've been working on this for a while. So I think a story trailer would be great, and then drop gameplay. Like this may not come out until like 2026, but like I feel like start getting us hype for it now, so people don't forget it exists.
Yeah, that's fair. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. That's all I can say.
Because I mean, it would make somewhat sense, right? We get the teaser trailer at Summer Games, the story trailer at the Game Awards, and gameplay at Summer Games, and then you could literally just like have like developer docos or developer vidocs dropping on YouTube in the lead up to the game coming out the following year. They should hire me. They're welcome.
They fucking should.
They're fucking welcome.
Who makes that again? The Hanger or something? Is that
Hangar 13.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. All right.
Give me one more, and then I'm gonna go crazy.
Oh man! All right. I've got nothing but crazies left, so
Bring it out.
I will bring out a crazy. We're gonna get our first proper trailer. It's a story trailer. It's a decent story trailer that also teases a little bit of gameplay. Okay. This is a show ender or show opener. All right. This is the we get a couple of awards out of the way, and it's like we're celebrating 10 years, and we're celebrating some of the biggest announcements we've ever had. Well, some of those announcements have come back, and tonight we're going to be going over some games that we may have announced a little while ago that are finally getting their time to shine, and we get our first proper trailer for Wonder Woman.
Who's making that?
Monolith stuff? Monolith?
Ah.
Now you're like, Carl, you're crazy.
That doesn't feel that crazy.
You know what? People think I'm crazy. Well, Matt, 1 month ago, almost to the day, Monolith updated their website and are now advertising the Wonder Woman game on the front page.
Yeah, right.
Like, it's all over the front page, and it wasn't before, and they announced that game some time ago. They've literally just like, hey, come join us. Like, you click on the join us button, and Wonder Woman is still on the front. Like she's still there. I think it's time. I think it's
You've
time.
just triggered a thought as well. If I could just jump in with like a bonus prediction.
Yeah.
Do you reckon we see any of these fucking EA Marvel games show up one day? Or are they going to wait for E3 for Xbox to showcase or something?
I think that'll be summer. Yeah.
Yeah, summer. Yeah,
I think the only Marvel game you've got a chance of seeing.
Hang on, just refresh me. There's Iron Man.
Yes.
There's Black Panther.
Yes.
We've already seen a little bit of the Cap game. Wait, that is Black Panther. Excuse me, that's the same game, isn't it?
No.
No.
So there's an Iron Man game.
Who's in Captain? Yep.
There's a Black Panther game.
Yep.
And then the one that I think you could see at the Game Awards is Rise of Hydra, which is a Captain America and Black Panther game.
Yes,
And
that's
then,
right.
And
That
then
game
there's one other. Oh, Blade. Blade is the other Marvel game that's being done at the moment, which I don't think we'll see until
Blade,
summer.
but Blade was announced at the Game Awards. So
Yes.
if they got something to show,
Yes.
great. But I think it's too soon because I feel like they announced
too soon.
I feel like they signed the contract in the green room and then announced that. like I don't think that game was even like even developed for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I agree. I think summer is the first chance we get to see that, I think.
Yeah, okay. No, that feels right. Year and a half to tease it. Fair enough. All right, mate. Oh, I reckon. This is my last prediction. I got in writing.
Oh, shit.
I think this could be at the Game Awards.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you're thinking no, but I think they might have burnt some bridges last time.
Oh, no. What are you about to do?
I think CD Projekt's next game could be announced. Actually, I don't really think it, but I just think that's a crazy prediction. So it's on the list. Now they're definitely the sort of thing that could show up at a PlayStation event or an Xbox event. Don't get me wrong, but Xbox spent a lot of time marketing Cyberpunk for it to be refunded to everybody.
Yeah.
Like back in 2020. So, trust might have been restored in the Cyberpunk franchise. I'm not saying that's not the case, but I think the Game Awards might be a safer show for that reveal. But it kind of feels like they could just drop it on Twitter one night and it'd be fine. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I think it's about time they revealed. They're working on The Witcher, right? I think we know that, but I think it's about time they revealed it.
So, I think it was last week on Twitter. They basically confirmed that they're working on the next Witcher and that it is codenamed Polaris.
I missed all that. All over it, mate.
You're all over
All
it,
over
brother.
it. Polaris might drop a trailer for the Game Awards.
I actually, no, don't laugh. I actually could totally see them doing that. I could totally see them being like, we talked about it on Twitter the other day. Well, here you go. My whole thing, right? I think the coolest thing they could possibly do is there's this concept art of like snow, like they did that one again, right? Like where it was like, oh, snow, and then there was the wolf medallion. I could totally see them dropping another thingo and literally like it being like The Witcher is now The Witcher 4 is now in development, or Codename Polaris is now in development. But I could totally see them doing that, and then the snow fades away and it's a medallion for a different Witcher school. I think that would be sick. It would be sick because there was a lot of debate about that reveal the first time. Like, is that a wolf medallion? And they're like, yeah, it's a wolf medallion. But a lot of people are like, oh, is that the medallion of like the cat or the bear or something? Because that's a different school. So I think it would be in their best interest to sort of step away from like the Geralt's whole sort of like origin school and like do something completely different. Like have Geralt in the game. I don't care. We know it's set years and years after the ending of Witcher 3, which is great. It's like step as far away from that as possible. But yeah, I think having this Witcher be someone who comes from a completely different background, a completely different place. Because I mean, Geralt's famous in all the schools, like in all the for every Witcher. Right. So it's like I think that would be super cool if like or just like a differently a faction of witches would be sick. So I could totally see them doing that. But yeah,
I'm all over it, mate.
Man, you are all over
ideas.
it. You're crazy. I think I got 3 left.
All right. Hit him.
All right.
Hit us.
I'm going to hit you with one. We're going to get a trailer. We're going to get a Wolverine trailer.
I was thinking about that because like PlayStation just hasn't really done anything where that would appear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this feels like a good place, and they owe Jeff. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
I know Jeff doesn't feel that way. Jeff would never feel that way, but they
He's
kind
been
of owe him.
chilling. He's been chilling.
He's been chilling,
yeah.
but
I think
they do fuck him over.
They do. They really do. I just think we know that. So there's been a lot of rumors that Sony's been gearing up to show a lot of stuff. So apparently there is a showcase in the works. Rumor is it could be happening very early next year. That it's a proper showcase showing the future of PlayStation. There was a lot of there was someone who has. It's hard to talk about like leaks and rumors because they could be absolute bullshit. So, but a credible person, a credible leaker, a credible insider says that they like their contact at Insomniac, right, was talking to them, and apparently Sony is breathing down their neck right now for Wolverine stuff because they are gearing up for something. But the Insomniac person has basically said yes, they're gearing up to do an event for themselves, but Wolverine is also gearing up to be at that event and somewhere else that they cannot reveal. It would make sense in my mind to be the Game Awards, or they just keep everything for this super secret event that could be happening in the early next year. But it would make sense to me to have something at the Game Awards just so people remember that Sony's alive. You know, they've just dropped a Pro that we don't really need. So I think they're trying to get a little bit of goodwill back. And I think like Insomniac's leak and that stuff, so we know they're pretty far along ahead. We know we've got a general idea of what we're going to see from this game. So I think it would just make sense to even to sort of be like, here's a proper teaser trailer, and then we get a big story trailer at this event next year, or they start pushing it because apparently like there's a high possibility Wolverine's coming out next year according to everything that's been said. So I think
Got to release something next year. Jesus.
Yeah.
I wonder if it could be like a 1 or 2 minute teaser, like a decent teaser, but at the end it's like find out more in February. You know, like sort of tease, tease the event.
I think they're going to tease the event. I think they're going to tease I think they're going to call it the anniversary showcase. That's what I think they're going to call it.
Yeah, and if you're going to do that, you've got to also bring something to the Game Awards. You can't
legit. I think my whole thing, I was thinking about this the other day, I think they're going to do an anniversary showcase, and it's going to be a showcase celebrating 30 years, and they're bringing 30 games, 30 big games to talk about. And I think,
fuck, that's a lot.
You know, they're going to have the scissor reel with like, this is coming to VR, but I think there's going to be like big games.
And like remakes in there. As long as they remake, you know, Pandemonium or something great from the PS1 days, then I'll be happy.
Well, mate, talking about remakes and remasters, I've got you, baby.
Oh,
because I think there's been a lot of talk that this franchise has got something coming and people are thinking it's a smaller game. It's going to be this, it's going to be that. I think God of War is going to be at the show. And I think that it's highly possibility that we will get proper. Okay, we will get a remake of God of War, the original, and a remaster of 2 and 3, 4 Pro.
Hang on, sorry. So the first one will be
remade, like
the rest will be like remastered.
Yeah, like they did with Gears of War.
Yeah.
I think we'll get the definitive version of God of War 1 remade from the ground up. And I think we can get remasters of basically the Greek trilogy will make its like, because we've gotten a remaster of 3 before.
Okay.
So
yeah, I feel that.
Port that with a little bit more sexy graphics.
God of War just seems to be getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And there'd be a lot of people that haven't even touched the originals, and there'd be even more people that are willing to play them again.
Yeah. Oh, mate, I am. If they remade God of War 1, and made it as epic as they have with like, because like if you take the graphics of fucking God of War Ragnarok and remake God of War 1, like that fight at the end would be epic. Like you play the original God of War?
No.
So basically at the end, Kratos fights against the God of War, the original God of War, Ares, who turns out to be his brother, but nobody knows this yet. They grow giant. Like they're giant and they fight in this giant ravine. And it's like a big old sword fight. And like Kratos takes this giant sword that you literally walk across earlier on in the game. Like there's this giant sword that creates this giant bridge and you walk across it earlier on in the game. And at the end you pick it up and you just like start wailing on Ares. It's freaking awesome. So cool. I'd love to see that in the Ragnarok engine. That would, like, oh my God, that would blow my balls off. That would be crazy. It'd be so cool. Because, like, we also get that sort of, like look at the end of, like, the God of War, what year was it, 2018 or whatever it was, like at the very end there is that giant, and it's like, it looked like you get that feeling of scale. To take that from the PS2 and give that feeling of scale to the original God of War fight, oh, and there's so many vistas in the original God of War where it's like you look out and they do a pan out and you just see all this, you're just like, oh my God. And the Greek mythology is so good, like, to be able to bring Greek mythology back, like the Norse mythology and every little detail you get from, like, Asgard and everything like that, to be able to do that with Greek mythology, like, again, like they did it so well the first time, to be able to do that again, oh man, now I'm just nerding out, so I apologize, but I'd love to see some God of War stuff. I think that'd be sick. It would be sick. Okay, I have one more. Oh man, I could go on for hours. I could go on for days. But I have one more big one that everyone's going to tell me I'm stupid. Right? Stupid.
I'm ready.
A lot of people are going to tell you that so Valve is apparently working on, like, a Steam box, like a box that you can, like, plug in your TV.
Again?
Yeah. Oh, we'll talk about that, mate. We'll talk about that on next week's show. But I'm going to be the guy to say it.
Okay.
I think, with it being the 10th anniversary of the Game Awards and the 20th anniversary of Half-Life 2, and the fact that Keighley has been at the forefront of, like, covering Half-Life. I mean, he covered Half-Life Alyx prior to its release, and I feel like Valve has been teasing more and more stuff to do with Half-Life. It makes sense, from my perspective, with everything sort of, like, aligning, that we could possibly see Half-Life 3.
I don't think you're that crazy. Like, I can't believe you said it.
Yeah, I know. I told you, man. I told you the last one I was going to talk about, people are going to call me insane and crazy. But I just feel, especially in, like, the last couple of years, last 2 years, they are doing their absolute best to remind us that Half-Life exists.
It's quite subtle, but I do agree. See, this is the thing, right? Last time Valve started making consoles for TVs, it was, living room PCs running big picture, and it was the likes of Alienware and console PC makers making these consoles. Kind of similar to what we've talked about Xbox doing a little bit over the last 6 months, I guess. And that was all fine and well, but big picture was undercooked. Well, it was fresh. I'm not criticizing. Just like, it was a bit ahead of its time. You know what I mean? But if Valve was to make the reference hardware, like they have for the Steam Deck, like actually make the hardware, and they've said more hardware's coming, they have said that. If they were to make the box, and even if it runs Steam OS and does all the PC things in the living room, but it was their console, you need to do what, Stadia failed to do, and all the other people that try to do this fail to do, even Xbox to a degree at the moment. You need a killer app. And Half-Life 3 would definitely tick that box.
Yeah.
Man, can you imagine a world where we have the PlayStation and all of Sony's games? We have the Nintendo with all of Nintendo's games. We have Valve with Half-Life 3 and potentially some other fun stuff. And then Xbox is still like, we'll release Indiana Jones on PlayStation. They're going to get crushed. Now, again, I'm not necessarily worried. Like, Xbox being a publisher at this point I'm not fearful of that, but imagine Valve coming in after Xbox has sort of weaned off this and just using the existing business model to just jam themselves in the market. Oh, wild times ahead.
Imagine a world where we get the announcement of Half-Life 3 before the release of GTA 6.
That's all that's going to be said online.
100%. Yeah.
Imagine if they released it before GTA as well.
That would be crazy. Do they Goat Simulator it and they just announce Half-Life 4?
Look,
just no 3 will ever come from the company.
Thing about number 3 though, if they do Half-Life 3, then I feel like they've got to go and start doing some other things like Portal 3.
I think they literally like. I don't think we see anything. I just feel like it's gonna be. I think they're gonna have Gabe. I think he's gonna appear on the screen. I think people are gonna be like, "Oh, what are we doing here?" And he's like, "Oh, a lot of people have been making fun of me for years, making fun of Valve, saying we can never get to a 3. Da 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 da. Well, can't make fun of me anymore." And then I just think, it just fades to black, and then it just says like Half-Life, and then you just see the 3 fade in, and then you'll probably get some sort of like Gordon Freeman reference or something. Someone will say something about, it's like, Mr. Freeman or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, I think that's what it'll be. And then I think we get a tease later on next year. And what it'll do is we might actually get to see some gameplay. And then I think it'll pop up on screen. It'll do the same thing. It'll be like Half-Life and it'll say 3. And then I think it fades in with episode 1.
I think they should embrace it as well. I think they should announce 3 SKUs of the hardware. They should announce a remake of the first 2 ones and announce the 3rd one. Like, just go all out, all at once.
Oh, imagine that's a fake out. Imagine if there was like a fake out, like you're seeing like this thing, and then it's literally like Half-Life remake, and then everyone's like, oh, and then it's like, we got more, and then everyone's like, oh, but it's like Half-Life 2 remake. It's like, oh, and then you get the Half-Life 3 reveal.
I still think to this day one of the best announcements ever made was Gears of War 5. Because they announced that pop mobile game and everyone was like, And then they announced the PC only at the time tactical strategy game. And people were like, oh yeah, cool, fair enough, that's not too bad.
It was sick.
And then they did a full Gears 5 announcement and people just lost their fucking minds.
Yeah, everyone lost their fucking minds, and then right after, people were like, wait, we're playing as the girl now? And I'm like, guys, just get excited for Gears. Like, why do we got to do this to each other? Come on, guys. We need Gears 6.
Fan, like as a fan of a franchise that was like possibly not going to continue just because of corporate relationships or whatever, like 3 game announcements at once, stop me all whinging.
Pop was good too. I was sad the day they took that away from me. It was a great game.
Yeah, that's fair.
I will die on that hill. And we need a tactics sequel, and we just need 6 to come out, okay? E-Day I'm excited for, but we need 6. I need to know the canonical death. That's all I need to know. If you know, you know. I need the canonical death. I just threw a pen. Crap. But yeah, well, mate, I could go on. Like, I had so many written down that were like, just like, oh, Kyle, you're a freaking crazy man. But, man, I'm keen. I'm keen for Game Wars. I'm keen to see like what gets announced. I feel like we're gonna get one big, like, what the hell? Like what is this?
I just think like now that it's been a few years since COVID, there's probably a few things that have been cooking in the crevices that are ready to be announced,
Like, I would twist my nipples if we saw IO's 007 game. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd twist my nipples. I'd be so excited.
Well, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be ready to at least reveal it.
But I was like, I didn't want to put it on my list because I didn't want to set myself up for disappointment. Like, another game that I had on my list originally, but I'm just like, I don't think it exists. I think I made it up in my head. Like, I feel like I've seen it, but I don't think it's real. And that's Silksong. I don't think that game actually ever existed. No, I don't think it ever existed. But yeah, no, ladies and gentlemen, they have been our Game Awards 2024 predictions and just conversations. You can tell us that we're crazy in the comments. We'll understand. I mean, when you end your predictions on Half-Life 3, people are going to call you freaking cray-cray. But it's also good because if I get called crazy, it means they watch the whole episode.
And if you're right, then you're just...
I look like Jesus. I'm Game Awards Jesus if I get that right. That would be crazy. I'm not going to get it right, but I feel like we're getting to the point in our lives where it's like, it's okay to start predicting Half-Life 3. I feel like 5 years ago, oh my God, this guy decided to smoke crack before he started the podcast.
If it was before Half-Life Alex, I'd be like, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying, you know? I feel like they're trying really hard to remind us it exists. And we're going to remind you guys about our website. oneupgames.com. Head on over there. That's where you'll find links to all of our socials and links to everything, basically. YouTube as well. If you're watching here on YouTube, remember to hit the like button. We appreciate it. And to subscribe to keep up to date with all the awesome stuff we're doing here, reviews, previews, and all that fun stuff. We literally just put up a preview for Dynasty Warriors, and it's really good. Dynasty Warriors Origins is really good, guys. Just go watch that video. It's a great video. It's a great time. I fight Lubu, and he sucks, but it's a good time. Jack, thank you very much for joining me, mate.
Thank you for having me.
Mate, any bloody time. We'll come back and we'll do it again next week. Actually, next week we'll probably be talking about all the winners, because it's like next Friday at like 11:30 in the morning. So we'll have a lot to talk about next week.
Oh, that works out well.
We'll be talking about Half-Life 3 and the great announcement that we got. Very excited. Dude, Av's going to rinse me in the comments. We need to get out of here before I give him any more ammunition. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. As always, we really do appreciate it. And until next time, may all of your games be good ones, and we will catch you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.